As you can see, the M21 is here, and M21 means diameter 21. The inner diameter is a threaded hole, so the inner diameter is going to be 80%. We take it to be 80% of 21. That will be 16.8. But let's just draw the 21. So we measure 10.5 to the left and right, and then we draw our 21. This heading lines will turn into what visible lines that we can see in the section view, since we are still drawing the sectional view. So I'm going to measure, so I measure from here to here 10.5, then I draw my lines nicely from here to touch this point. And do the same thing to the right. Do the same thing to the right. Once I'm done, I can start doing some cleaning from a point of view. Now, if I come to this side, I come, you can see that there's no, this line over here in the section will not be needed like that. I'm going to clean this line, and then there's no line here. This line in the section will not be needed, so I'm going to clean some lines neatly. So I go here, and I use my eraser to come to the three part and clean this nice line over here. And I can also clean this nice line over here. Then this one, and then this one. I'm cleaning this line too. I leave this line a bit because I want to achieve something. So let me leave this line a bit. I'll come and clean it up. Then I'll clean for the whole. I clean this side, then this side, and then this side. I clean this side too, and then this part, and then this part. So it's going to create a hole nicely like this. So now you draw the circle and then this hole over here. Okay, now let's go back to the drawing. Now from this line to the center is going to be 4 because they said we should take all radii to be 4. As is here, look at it, all radii is 4, which means that if I take this fillet, the fillet is ending at the 4 mark. So from here to here is 4. So the center of this line, of this circle, is going to be 4, these two hidden lines. I'm going to draw this, measure from here to here 4. Then it's M6. It's M6 as is here. So the circle is M6, which means I have a diameter of 6. I'll measure 3 to the left and right after I measure the 4 to draw these two hidden lines. So I come here, because it will show in the sectional view. So I come here and I can measure from this point to this point 4. Oh, sorry, let me go back. Measure from this point to this point 4. I need to measure my 4. Once I measure 4, then I can draw my center line for the hole. I draw my center line. Then I measure to the left and right 3 because it's M6. So I measure to the left and right 3. Measure to the left and right 3. So I draw for the left. Then I'll do the same thing for the right side. And for the right side. I've gotten that hole over there. Then I also want to create my 2 circles. So my 2 circles, that's inside in between. The first one is going to be diameter 31 because this line is actually in line with this diameter 31, and then the inside circle is going to be diameter 21. So it's in line with this, the same as the same line over here. So 31 and 21 diameter. So the radius is going to be 15.5 and 10.5. I'm going to draw those two circles. Diameter 31, that's 15.5, and then diameter. So I stand here at the center and draw my circle with radius 15.5 and then 10.5. So I draw another circle, 10.5, 10.5. So when you are sectioning, what's going to happen is that you're going to section this space over here, and this will be left, and then this space will also be left behind because it will be a hole, and then the sword will not touch it, and all this space is a hole. So we are sectioning, we'll get to that part. Now, once we get here, now let's now switch our attention to the other side, to the right side of the drawing. The right side of the drawing is where this other center line is, the 81. So we come here and then we are going to apply the same kind of rules to it. So this side too, from this line, you can see that this line is where we are on the top for the left side. Now from the top to this very top on the right side is going to be 50 over here. I'm going to measure from this line that I've drawn from here to the top 50 so I can get this line, which hole is what 75. So I go back to my drawing, and then I measure from this line, which is here, to the top 50. I'm going to measure 50. I'm going to measure 50. 50 millimeters. Once I measure 50, sorry, I measure 50 and then I draw my horizontal line. Just draw my horizontal line, that's all. Horizontal line through the 50. You can see that the whole length of the 50 is 75, as you can see from the drawing over here. If you come back to the drawing, the whole length is 75. I'm going to measure 75. So that's diameter 75. So to the left and right will be 37.5. So I come here, measure 37.5. So from here to here, 37.5. From here to here, 37.5. So I do that to the left and then right. So I measure 37.5 to the left, 37.5 to the right. Once I'm done, I go back to my drawing. I have to go down by 9. So this is 9, not 6. It's 9. So you go down by 9, and then you can close to the left and right, and then you can close it like a box. So it's like a box. So I come here, and then I go down by 9 over here. So I measure vertically down 9. Then I can use my T-square. I can use my T-square to draw my horizontal line this way. And I can use my set square and T-square to draw my vertical line this way. When I'm done, I'll use my eraser to clean it, that's all. So you can use your eraser to nicely clean here, here, and here to get your nice box. Make sure that all these lines are faint lines, so when you're done, you can just deepen them. Okay. Once I'm using a computer, so most of the things are simply done already. Okay, now 75. So now we want to draw this line that is passing through all this. So this line is actually in line with this. This line is in line with this whole thing over here. And it's crucial. And the diameter over there is 53. So I'm going to measure 53 divided by 2 to the left and right. And that will be 26.5. So I measure 26.5 to the left and right. And I draw this line. And I draw this line. So I come here. And I can measure 26.5 to the left and right. 26.5 here. And then to the left and right. So measure from here to here, 26.5. Then I just draw. So this I do the same thing to the left side too. The same thing to the left side. Then I draw my vertical line. So I'll just draw my vertical line through nicely. Let's draw a vertical line. We let it go. You come and clean it later. So, but I should faint line. Do the same thing for this side. Mhm. Once you draw this way, then you can come back. Now that you've drawn this, you can see that this line is in line with this. So I can just extend this my line down here. Then this center line is already here. I can measure 37.5 to the left and right. First of all, I extend this line. Then I measure 37.5 to the left and right. Then I can just draw it. I just draw this line. Just draw this line. But first of all, I want to cut this line over here, which is in line with this. So from here to the top is going to be 37.5. So I draw this line first. Then I measure from here to this line, this horizontal line over here, 37.5. So let me do that. I come here and then I extend this line. I'm going to extend this particular line over here like this, vertically, horizontally, sorry, with my T-square. Then I measure from this point, this line over here, to this point, 37.5, 37.5. So I come here, then I measure from this line up to this line, 37, up to that point, 37.5. I measure 37.5, because that's what given over there. Okay. Once I do that, once I measure at 37.5, as you can see from here to here, 37.5. Once I do that, I can now draw this line, this horizontal line. So I come here, come and draw the horizontal line. Come here, come and draw the horizontal line. I will pass through this mark this way. Horizontal line, I will pass through this mark this way. So now, as you can see, I've drawn that horizontal line. Let me go back to the drawing. That will touch the two sides. That will touch the two sides. Once it touch the two sides, then I can now nicely clean the extended lines. I can now nicely clean the extended lines. So I go back and use my eraser to clean this line and this line, which I will not be needed. Okay. So once you have that, then this extended line, this line over here, you don't really need this line over here again. So you are going to clean this line, and then this line, and then you clean this line too. And go back, because when you go back to the drawing, you can see that this line only ends here, it doesn't come down here again. And then this line too only ends here, it doesn't come down again. So we can also clean that line too. So I come here and I come and clean this line, and then this line. I've cleaned these lines, as you can see. So now I go down to come and draw the down part over here, which is the 31.5. So I come here, I see 37.5 over here to the left and right for this horizontal line, and we are already on this line. So we measure to left and right, 37.5 divided by 2 is going to be 18.75. So I go to the left and right, 18.75, and then I draw this line to touch the 37.5 mark, and I also draw this line to touch this one. So I come here, come to my drawing, and I come and measure 18.75 to the left and right of this line. So 18.75. So from here to here is 18.75. 18.75. To the left and right, to the left and right. Of that line. Then when you are done, you now join this point on the left to this line only. Then we should extend this one a bit. So let's extend it a bit. You come and touch this one. So we join it here. So you join this line to this point, and then you join this one to this point. Vertically, join this line. So we're doing some cleaning too. So we have that. So once you are done with that, then you can nicely clean this line over here because you don't need it again. Then you clean this line over here too. You nicely clean it. Then you can also clean this line. Yes. And then a bit of this line over here. And then this one too. So now that we have this, you can continue. And you see that our web is coming out. Our web is like an L, so it's coming out nicely. So don't worry about the web. We'll see it through. So once I've drawn this line, and I've drawn this, so this line is an extended line over here, as you can see. Now you can see that from here to the top is 7. So I'm going to measure from this line to this line 7, and then draw this horizontal line for my web to come out. For my web to come out, I'm going to measure from here to here, 7, and then I'm going to draw my web. Once I'm done with my web, I'll just draw the inside, then I'll be done with my drawing. Then basically just sectioning that is left. Okay, so I come here. And I come and measure from this point up to this point. I'm going to measure 7. I'm going to measure 7. So I come here and I measure from here to this point 7. Measure 7. Measure 7. Then I join this 7 to this line horizontally. Join 7 to this line horizontally. Then I would have created my web. So what I will just do is to just take my eraser and then create my web. So my web is going to be looking something like this. So I'm going to clean this side, this line over there. So I'll clean this line over here, and then clean this line over here. And my web will look like an L. So it will be in this space. So first of all, I need to draw the inside of the right side before I can get my web very well. So let me draw the inside, and then I'll take my web out. Okay, so now let's go and draw the inside of the right hand side. So the inside will also be, so in between these two hidden lines, we're not going to section that part. So this one is like a long bolt, that is inside. So let's start with a long line. Let's start with a long line. And we measure from this line to this line 6. So I'm going to draw my long line. So between the long lines is 40, which is here. So between these two long lines, you can see it's diameter 40. So the radius will be 20 to the left, 20 to the right. I'm going to measure 20 to the left and right. So I come here and I measure 20 to the left and right. Come here and I measure 20 to the left and right. So here, come. Measure 20 to the left and right here. So from here to here, 20. Then to the right to 20. Then I will just draw my hidden line straight down horizontally this way to touch the center circle. So this hidden line will touch the center circle. So let me go back. So I'll draw my hidden line to touch the center circle over here. Then I'll do the same thing for the right side, vertically to touch. Then I can join them and join them nicely. And join them nicely. And join them nicely. So I should be getting something like this. And then to create my web, you see my web is an L. My web is an L. It means that I'm going to use my eraser to nicely clean this portion, this portion, and this portion. And then I'll clean this extended lines too over here because I don't need them. And then this line too shouldn't be there. And you can see my web is coming out. And we can also nicely clean this line and then this line. And you can see my hole, I'll be drawing my hole through this point. Drawing my hole through this point.